Most people don't realize this, but right now, in your kitchen, some of your most trusted vegetables could be slowly poisoning you. Not because the vegetables themselves are bad, but because of three simple mistakes you're probably making every single day. Mistakes that turn healing foods into harmful toxins, especially dangerous if you're over 60, when your body can't fight back like it used to. I'm talking about common cooking habits that millions of seniors follow, thinking they're eating healthy, while unknowingly damaging their digestive system, weakening their immune response, and even increasing their cancer risk. The scary part? You won't feel the damage immediately. It builds up silently, meal after meal, until one day your energy crashes, your digestion fails, or worse. But here's the good news. Once you know these 7 deadly mistakes, you can fix them today and turn your vegetables back into the powerful medicine they're meant to be. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which habits are sabotaging your health, and more importantly, the simple fixes that could add years to your life. And if you're watching this because someone you love is over 60, please share this with them, because what I'm about to reveal could literally save their life. Let's start with mistake number 1. And this one might shock you because it involves one of the healthiest vegetables on the planet. Here's something your doctor probably never told you. Spinach, beetroot, and celery are incredibly healthy, packed with vitamins and minerals your body craves. But the moment you reheat them, you're creating a silent killer in your kitchen. You see, these vegetables are naturally rich in nitrates, which are actually good for you when fresh. They help lower blood pressure and improve circulation. But here's where it gets dangerous. When you reheat spinach, beetroot, or celery, those beneficial nitrates transform into nitrites and then into nitrosamines. Now, nitrosamines are compounds that have been directly linked to stomach cancer, digestive inflammation, and severe intestinal distress. And if you're over 60, your body's natural defense systems are already weaker, making you even more vulnerable to these toxic compounds. Think about it. How many times have you reheated leftover spinach curry or warmed up that beetroot salad from yesterday? Each time you do this, you're essentially converting medicine into poison. Here's what happens inside your body. When nitrosamines enter your digestive system, they create free radicals that attack your stomach lining, damage your intestinal walls, and can even alter your DNA. The fix is surprisingly simple. Eat these vegetables fresh whenever possible. If you must store them, eat them cold the next day, or if you absolutely have to reheat, do it only once and very briefly. Better yet, prepare only what you need for one meal. Your stomach will thank you, and your cancer risk drops dramatically. But that's not the only vegetable mistake that's putting your health at risk. Let me show you mistake number 2. Picture this scenario. It's morning, you're feeling organized, so you chop all your vegetables, onions, potatoes, carrots, and store them in containers to cook later in the evening. Sounds like good meal planning, right? Wrong. This innocent habit is actually creating a breeding ground for bacteria and toxic compounds. The moment you cut a vegetable, you're breaking its cellular structure, exposing it to air, light, and contamination. Within hours, several dangerous things start happening. First, the vegetable begins losing its vital nutrients through oxidation. Those vitamins and antioxidants you're counting on, they're disappearing by the hour. Second, and more alarming, bacteria starts multiplying rapidly on the cut surfaces, especially if you're storing them in plastic containers or aluminum foil. But here's the part that could really harm you. When cut vegetables sit for hours, they begin producing free radicals, unstable molecules that damage your cells and accelerate aging. For seniors, whose immune systems are already working harder, this bacterial load and oxidative stress can trigger digestive upset, inflammation, and even food poisoning. I've seen too many older adults end up in the emergency room from what they thought was just a stomach bug, when it was actually contaminated vegetables they'd cut hours earlier. The solution is straightforward but crucial. Cut your vegetables just before cooking. If you absolutely must prep ahead, store cut vegetables in airtight glass containers in the refrigerator and use them within 2 to 3 hours maximum. Glass containers are key here because they don't leach chemicals like plastic does, and they create a better seal against bacterial contamination. This simple change alone could prevent countless digestive issues and keep your vegetables nutritionally potent. But we're just getting started. Mistake number 3 involves something almost everyone does with leftovers. Walk into any kitchen and you'll see it. leftover vegetables wrapped in aluminum foil or stored in aluminum containers. It seems harmless, even convenient, but this practice is quietly poisoning millions of people, especially seniors whose bodies can't eliminate toxins as efficiently. Here's what's happening that you can't see. When cooked vegetables, especially acidic ones like tomatoes, citrus-marinated vegetables, or vinegar-based dishes, sit in contact with aluminum, they begin absorbing aluminum ions. Aluminum is a heavy metal that your body was never designed to process, and when it accumulates in your system, it targets two critical areas, your brain and your bones. For your brain, aluminum buildup has been linked to memory problems, confusion, and increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. Studies show that people with higher aluminum levels in their blood have significantly higher rates of cognitive decline. For your bones, aluminum interferes with calcium absorption and can contribute to osteoporosis, making falls and fractures more likely, something seniors can't afford. But here's what makes this even more dangerous. The longer vegetables sit in aluminum, and the warmer they are, the more aluminum they absorb. That leftover vegetable curry sitting in aluminum foil in your refrigerator overnight, it's becoming more toxic by the hour. And if you reheat it while still in aluminum, you're multiplying the contamination. The fix is simple but non-negotiable. Transfer all cooked vegetables to glass containers or stainless steel storage immediately after cooking. Never wrap hot food in aluminum foil, and never store acidic vegetables in aluminum containers, even for short periods. Glass containers with tight-fitting lids are your best friend. They don't leach chemicals, they preserve freshness better, and they're completely safe for reheating. This one change could significantly reduce your heavy metal exposure and protect your brain and bones for years to come. But the next mistake might be the most dangerous of all, because it's happening at the highest temperatures. You probably think you're being healthy by cooking vegetables instead of eating processed foods, and you're right to think that way. But if you're deep frying vegetables like okra, eggplant, or potatoes, or even stir-frying them at very high temperatures, you're transforming healthy antioxidants into toxic compounds called aldehydes. Aldehydes are chemical compounds that form when oils break down under extreme heat, and they're absolutely devastating to your cardiovascular system. Here's what happens inside your body when you consume aldehydes. They trigger massive inflammation in your arteries, contribute to plaque buildup, and significantly increase your risk of heart attack and stroke. For seniors who may already have some cardiovascular concerns, this is like adding fuel to a fire. But it gets worse. Aldehydes are also linked to increased cancer risk, particularly colorectal and liver cancer, because they damage DNA and disrupt cellular function. Think about popular dishes like deep-fried okra, battered and fried eggplant, or even those crispy fried onions. When cooked at high temperatures, these vegetables go from being cancer-fighting antioxidant powerhouses to cancer-promoting toxic bombs. And here's something most people don't realize. The older the oil and the higher the temperature, the more aldehydes are produced. That oil you've been reusing for frying, it's creating more toxins every time you heat it up. The solution requires a complete shift in how you cook vegetables. Instead of deep frying, try steaming, which preserves nutrients and creates no toxic compounds. Baking at moderate temperatures, around 350 to 375 degrees, is also safe and delicious. If you must stir fry, use medium heat, not high heat, and never let the oil start smoking. Better yet, try water sautéing, where you use a small amount of water or vegetable broth instead of oil to cook your vegetables. Your heart, your arteries, and your cancer risk will improve dramatically with this single change. But there's another vegetable danger hiding in plain sight, and it's probably sitting in your pantry right now. Look in your kitchen right now. Do you have potatoes that are starting to wrinkle, develop green patches, or worse, growing little sprouts? If you're like most people, you probably think these potatoes are still fine to eat if you just cut off the bad parts. But I need you to understand something crucial. Those potatoes have become toxic, and no amount of cooking will make them safe. When potatoes age, get exposed to light, or start sprouting, they produce a natural poison called solanine. Solanine is the potato's defense mechanism against insects and animals, but it's also highly toxic to humans, especially seniors whose bodies process toxins more slowly. Here's what solanine poisoning looks like. It starts with nausea and stomach pain, then progresses to vomiting, diarrhea, and severe digestive distress. But in more serious cases, solanine can cause neurological symptoms, dizziness, confusion, difficulty breathing, and even paralysis. For older adults, whose nervous systems may already be more sensitive, even small amounts of solanine can cause significant problems. And here's the terrifying part. Cooking doesn't destroy solanine. Boiling, baking, frying. It doesn't matter. The toxin remains active and dangerous. Green potatoes are particularly hazardous because the green color indicates high solanine concentration. But even potatoes that look normal can contain dangerous levels if they're old or have been stored improperly. The rule is absolute. If a potato has any green coloring, any sprouts, or feels soft and wrinkled, throw it away immediately. Don't try to cut around the bad parts. Don't think cooking will fix it, and definitely don't feed it to anyone in your family. Only use firm, clean potatoes with smooth skin and no sprouting. Store them in a cool, dark place, never in the refrigerator, and use them within 2 weeks of purchase. This simple rule could prevent a trip to the emergency room and protect your nervous system from serious damage. But the oils you're cooking with might be creating their own set of problems. Let me explain mistake number 6. The oil you choose for cooking your vegetables can be the difference between nourishing your body and slowly poisoning it. Most people grab whatever oil is cheapest or most convenient: sunflower oil, soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, thinking all oils are basically the same. But these processed oils are creating serious health problems, especially when heated, and seniors are paying the highest price. Here's what happens when you heat these processed oils. They break down at relatively low temperatures, releasing toxic fumes and creating harmful compounds called lipid peroxides. These compounds are powerful free radicals that attack your cells, damage your arteries, and accelerate aging throughout your body. But it gets worse. Many of these oils are already rancid before you even open the bottle, processed using high heat and chemicals that strip away any beneficial properties. When you cook vegetables in these damaged oils, you're essentially coating healthy foods with inflammatory compounds. For seniors, whose bodies already produce more inflammation naturally, this additional burden can trigger arthritis flare-ups, cardiovascular problems, and digestive issues. And here's something that will shock you. Some of these oils, particularly soybean and corn oil, are so heavily processed and chemically treated that they're more like industrial lubricants than food. The solution is to completely overhaul your cooking oil choices. For moderate temperature cooking, use cold-pressed coconut oil, which remains stable at higher temperatures and actually has antimicrobial properties. Grass-fed ghee is another excellent choice. It has a high smoke point and contains beneficial fatty acids that support brain health. For low-temperature cooking and salad dressings, extra virgin olive oil is ideal, but never heat it to smoking point. Avocado oil is also excellent for higher temperature cooking and provides healthy monounsaturated fats. The key is choosing oils that are minimally processed, stable at cooking temperatures, and actually provide health benefits rather than just empty calories and toxins. Make this switch and you'll notice improvements in your energy, joint comfort, and overall well-being within weeks. But there's one more cooking mistake that's destroying the very nutrition you're trying to get from vegetables. You've heard that vegetables are good for you, so you're trying to eat more of them. But if you're cooking them too long, you might as well be eating cardboard. Overcooking doesn't just make vegetables mushy and unappetizing. It actually transforms them into nutritionally empty, potentially harmful foods. Here's what happens when you boil vegetables for too long. The heat destroys heat-sensitive vitamins like vitamin C, folate, and many B vitamins, nutrients that are crucial for immune function, energy production, and brain health. But the destruction doesn't stop there. Prolonged cooking also breaks down beneficial plant compounds called phytonutrients, the very compounds that give vegetables their disease-fighting properties. Those antioxidants that are supposed to protect you from cancer and heart disease, they're literally being cooked out of your food. But here's where it gets dangerous. When starchy vegetables like potatoes, sweet potatoes, or parsnips are overcooked, especially at high temperatures, they begin forming compounds called acrylamides. Acrylamides are known carcinogens, meaning they can cause cancer, and they're particularly dangerous for older adults whose cellular repair mechanisms aren't as efficient. You're also creating advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which accelerate aging, damage blood vessels, and contribute to diabetes complications. Think about the vegetables you typically eat. Are they cooked so long they're falling apart? Can you easily mash them with a fork? If so, you've destroyed most of their nutritional value and possibly created harmful compounds. The solution is learning to cook vegetables just until they're tender but still have some texture. Steaming is one of the best methods because it cooks vegetables gently while preserving maximum nutrition. For steaming, most vegetables need only 3 to 5 minutes. They should be bright in color and easily pierced with a fork, but still have some firmness. Roasting at moderate temperatures, around 375 degrees, is also excellent and actually increases the availability of some nutrients like lycopene in tomatoes. If you must boil vegetables, use minimal water and save the cooking liquid for soups or sauces because many nutrients leach into the water. The goal is vegetables that are cooked enough to be easily digestible, but not so much that they've lost their nutritional power and potentially become harmful. This balance is especially important for seniors who need maximum nutrition from every bite to support their changing bodies. But there's one more dangerous habit that could be making you seriously ill, and it involves leftovers. If you've been following these dangerous habits, don't panic, but don't ignore this information either. Every single mistake I've shared with you is completely preventable, and the fixes are simpler than you might think. Remember, vegetables are among the most powerful healing foods on the planet. They can lower your blood pressure, reduce your cancer risk, boost your immune system, and add healthy years to your life. But only if you treat them with the respect they deserve. Let me give you the simple action plan that could transform your health starting today. First, never reheat spinach, beetroot, or celery. Eat them fresh or cold. This one change alone could significantly reduce your cancer risk. Second, cut vegetables just before cooking or store cut vegetables in glass containers for no more than 3 hours. Third, banish aluminum from your kitchen when it comes to food storage, glass and stainless steel only. Fourth, stop frying vegetables at high temperatures, steam, bake, or water sauté instead. Fifth, throw away any potato that shows green coloring, sprouting, or wrinkling, no exceptions. Sixth, replace processed oils with coconut oil, ghee, or avocado oil for cooking. Seventh, cook vegetables just until tender, not until they're mushy and nutritionally dead. And finally, consume cooked vegetables within 48 hours maximum, and never repeatedly reheat the same dish. These aren't just suggestions, they're essential safety measures that could prevent digestive problems, reduce your cancer risk, protect your brain and bones, and boost your overall vitality. For seniors especially, every meal is an opportunity to either nourish your body or burden it with toxins. The choice is yours, but now you have the knowledge to choose wisely. Your vegetables can be medicine or poison. The difference lies entirely in how you handle them. Make these changes today, share this information with someone you care about, and take control of your health one meal at a time. If this video helped you understand these hidden dangers, make sure to subscribe for more life-saving nutrition information designed specifically for seniors. Your health is your greatest wealth. Protect it with every choice you make in your kitchen.